billions of Hydra Clash points in 20 minutes, getting phenomenal scores in Nightmare Hydra with a rare champion. Let's get it. What's going on, guys? Blazing here. Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you might be. Up here where I'm at in, East Coast, New Hampshire, it's hot. It's like 98 degrees right now. I think like 97. It's just 3 days of heat. I don't know.
I'm melting!
Let me know in the comments down below. What's the weather been the way you guys are? Because it is crazy. I can't do it. Killing me. All right, so let's talk about what you came here for, which is Hydra. Billions of damage, full auto, okay? It's insane. So big shout out to Bronco Raids, who a while back we did we kind of used my account and we did some stuff with Wixwell and Acelin and some other champions. And we had this comp where we pretty much one-shot almost everything in the game.
Are your parents proud of you?
Building the shields and using Acelin's Ace 2. So that was, I believe, on hard. Now, I kind of tweaked everything a little bit on the account, went a little crazy, and maximized the damage for Nightmare. So we can get 4 times the multiplier. And man, in about 20 minutes, we did almost 4 billion damage. That was insane. I don't need to sit behind that. I don't got to worry about trying to. If I let it run the full length, I'm sure it would be easy. 8-9 billion damage. I just didn't have the patience. I was like, you know what? 4 billion, almost 4 billion damage, 16 billion. I think that's an okay key. I'm not going to sit here. But I want to go through the team. I want to go through some of the suggestions that you might want to change if you try to do this same thing for your account, and what you're going to want to look out for. Okay, so let's start out with the champions first. Let's do the builds. First up, I got Krisk. Now, Krisk can be replaced by any buff extender. I have been talking behind the scenes with Bob, who he is currently working on one with the panda that we have that was a previous fusion, because he can strip buffs, he can increase the shields. The thing is, I need a mischief tank, and he's just the best one. If his buffs get stolen, you'll see in the run, he just gets prioritized 90% of the time, because even if his buffs get stolen, his HP is going to be the lowest. So there's always going to be that decreased defense out and the decreased attack, and it's basically going to cause extra damage, right? So what did we build him with? Well, we've got him with an immortal resistance and a 1-piece protection. What would I change on him? Ideally, I'd want it to be a 9-piece protection, right? Because the one thing that he's going to do is give himself those 2 extra heals. And if he's in a 9-piece protection, it's going to work out well. So what do I have him built with? Well, under Hydra, I know this is going to seem a little excessive, but we got him built with 71k HP, almost 3.8k defense, 270 speed. We have no crit rate. We have 145 crit damage, which we don't need. 906 resistance. I don't know why, guys. I just thought, I was like, you know what? Maybe I could cheat the 3% if I went double or what the resistance requirement was. It didn't help. I did multiple runs, and it didn't really help. It still got 3%ed. So when Chris got 3%ed, I basically called it an end of the run and said, let's go. 329 accuracy. I do have him fully booked. Cruelty is what I did take on him, right? And then as for masteries, here's what I did. I went straight out resist for unshakable. I took retribution. I did take cycle of revenge. I did take Delay of Death along with Resurgent. I did take Rejuvenation with Improved Parry, and I did take Defiant. As for the support tree, I did take Master Hexer along with Lord of Steel. We did take Cycle of Magic, trying to get that A3 back, or the A2 back as much as possible, right? We did go ahead and take Swarm Smiter. We did take Arcane Celerity. Now, if I possibly were to rebuild him or remaster him, I'd probably take Rapid Response, but I don't know if because we're extending them, it would work. So it might be something I test out. I did take Charge Focus along with Pinpoint Accuracy. All right, let's talk Acelin. Now, Acelin, I have built in a shield and double piece Stone Skin. I don't think that this is going to be his best set. And I'd really love to put him in a curing set, right? Because curing is going to give us an extra 10% heals, which is going to give us a little more damage. And you're going to see like the amount of healing that he puts out is like 12 million, which is bonkers, right? So stats wise, honestly, I just built him tanky. I built him hard to kill, to take enough hits, and that's it. 169 speed, right? 5.4k defense, 99k HP. We don't care about crit rate or crit damage. Resistance, just on the off chance that he does get targeted, I want to make sure he's going to have an extra buff that he is going to be able to resist it, right? Let me go into, what am I looking for? Here we go, Hydra battles. So 529 resistance, right? And then 261 accuracy. We don't care about the accuracy. And then the speed's at 185, but it would work the same at 169, right? As for the booking situation, so honestly, all you need is the A2, and you only need 2 books into it. You're not going to care about anything else because nothing else here is going to work. Emergency heal is what I did take on him, right? Increases this champion's, heals this champion by 9% of the max HP. So it may help, it may not. We'll still keep checking and testing it out. I guess next week I'll see. And this being the worst rotation possible for us because we have the Mischief Head right off the rip. It sucks. It sucks. Clarium, don't nerf this. All right, as for masteries, these are my basic PvP masteries that I've had for him, right? I took Bulwark, I took Selfless Defender, I did take Delay of Death, along with Shadow Heal, I did take Rejuvenation, and I took Tough Skin. As for the support, I did go Lore of Steel, Cycle of Magic, Rapid Response, Healing Savior, we did take Lay on Hands, and we did take Shield Barrier along with Steadfast. You don't even need masteries. Anything that's going to improve the healing he can put out is probably going to be better. So it really depends on what you want. Nothing else here is really going to matter too much. All right, so we've got the double Emics. Now, I'll break these two down, both the same here, because there's not a lot of difference, right? So I started off with putting both of them in an 8-piece protection. Unfortunately, I'm missing a banner for both of them. It just won't give me a banner. Maybe this week we'll get a banner. But I'm missing a banner to be able to make this a 9-piece set. But I got to thinking, like, is it really worth it? So we get the extra 5% for each buff placed that Ironclad will do. It could help out quite a bit, to be honest. If I had it, I could test it a little bit better. But what I really wanted to do, because I'm more concerned about them getting provoked because of that 3%, I would probably say I'd put him in a either immunity or a untouchable set, right? To be able to get that block debuffs. That way, they can never be provoked. It's always going to get extended. So let's talk stat-wise. So we have this one at 100k HP, 4k defense, 279 speed. We don't care about crit rate or crit damage. 609 resistance. We don't care about accuracy or anything else. Booking, you do need them booked. You need the A2 and the A3, both of them, right? A2 and the A3, you need them fully booked. Emergency heal is what we did take, right? As for masteries, this is basically what I've been using since day one for Iron Twins, right? So we did go down and we took Unshakable. Actually, I think I had Iron Skin, to be honest. So I just kind of swapped from Selfless Defender to Retribution. But We did take Unshakable. We did take Retribution. I did take Delay of Death along with Solidarity. I did take Resurgent with Wisdom Battle. I did take Improved Parry along with Rejuvenation, and I took Defiant. As for the support, I took Steadfast. I took Shield Breaker. I did take Healing Savior. I did take Merciful Aid, and I did take Lasting Gifts. Second, Emic. He's basically same thing. 2-piece, right? You need one a little bit faster. Sorry, 9-piece. You need one a little bit faster than the other one, right? So we got him in a 9-piece protection. We have him built at 291 speed, so he's a little bit slower than a little bit faster than the other one. You basically want to give it about 10 speed, right? But you need to make sure that they're both faster than everybody else, so they can reset everybody's cooldowns. We got him built at 77k HP, 3.6k defense. Wow, hot. We've got basically no crit rate, no crit damage, 525 resistance, and 151 accuracy. We don't care about any of that. Booking situation, again, got to book the A2 and the A3. You don't care about anything else. Masters wise for this one, you go the same thing we did with the other one. You don't need them. Honestly, you don't even need them on either one. They're not going to do much. And the star of the show is Ironclad. Now, with Ironclad, we did change up a couple of things. We used to have him in a shield set. I took him out and I put him in a lethal set, right? Lethal Cruel would have probably been better, but lethal would be good. Could you put him in anything else? He smacks hard when he's in lethal, and he has the heal, right? So I don't know. It really doesn't matter. All I really did on his build, right, guys, was prioritize how much damage I could put out. So we built him for straight nuke, no speed, right? 159 speed. We don't care about anything else other than how much damage he can pump out with his passive. Resistance, we got him at 348. That just kind of happened. We didn't really plan for it. He has the least amount of buffs than everybody, so he's never going to get, or he should never get buff stripped, right? Skills wise, we do have him fully booked. Honestly, all you need is just the passive. That's it. When healed, will attack all enemies inflicted proportional to the surplus of the heal. Damage inflicted is equal to 50% of any surplus heal. So that's all we care about. Emergency heal is what we did take. This does increase the healing he receives when a shield is removed, so it works. I would love to see what would happen with a 6-star. I'm going to prioritize this. Masteries wise, honestly, you don't need him. I went just the first couple of ones, and that's it. Helm Smasher, Shield Breaker, you could take whatever you want. It's really not going to help out a lot. Anything that's going to improve his healing that he takes will help out. That's it. I didn't even waste them on mine. All right, so let's talk AI setup real quick. Now, again, this is full auto. You got a couple of things that you have to do at the beginning of the run, but that's it. Other than that, you just sit back. I basically put it on, went, took a shower, came back 20 minutes later. I was like, all right, cool. Krisk buffs were stripped because of the 3%, and I laid it all out. So, Wixwell, we open up with the A1, or we prioritize the A1, and then the A2. Krisk, we gave the increased speed one time. We actually manualed this for the first couple of turns because you have to do it for the Emics to be able to get that taunt loop. And then we prioritized the A2 and turned off the A3. Now, the two Emics, we have the fast Emic, and the slow Emic. Basically, they're going to prioritize the A3, then the A2. Acelin, we're going to turn everything off. We're just using the A1. Ironclad, you're going to use his A2 one time to give you that extra buff, and then you're just going to turn it off. You don't need it, right? That's it. Nice and simple. You're going to enjoy this team, and you're going to have a lot of fun watching it. Okay, so through the testing that I did, right, this was originally the first one we did on Nightmare, right? 36 minutes. This was when we had Ironclad built in a shield set. After changing Acelin, and tweaking a couple of little things for the damage, we went from 1.7 billion to the next one, which was 3.48 billion when we built it in Savage, or Lethal, sorry. You can see here, the damage is much, much higher. Tweaking a little bit. After that, in about 21 minutes, you know, it's almost the same time frame. You can see here, 21 minutes here, 20 minutes here. We ended up getting 3.9 billion damage. So the potential for this is a lot higher. I did it 20 minutes. Now imagine, I don't know, imagine a full run of this, right? 60-minute run, 12 billion. That's a lot of Hydra Clash points. That's Trunda level, full auto kind of damage. Insane. And it's, you don't have to sit there and manual. It's just phenomenal. But let's get into this run. Let me show you guys exactly what happened here. So when the Emics go, because they're going to be the fast, you have the two Emics. You have the fast Emic and you have the slow Emic. The fast Emic, okay, is going to have to open up with his A1 first. You're going to see here, he just opened up with the A1, right? Krisk then comes in. And with Krisk, you could do one of two things. You could either start with the ally protection first, right, to extend the buffs, or you can do the increased speed. At one point at a time, you need to put the increased speed up. So this run, we actually put the increased speed, we put the ally protection up, and then I put the increased speed up. You could do it the other way around and just set it full auto much faster. After that, Wixwell, if now you're going to extend the buffs with him first, right? Then you really need to make sure you open up with Krisk's A2 or A3. What I should have done here is I should have opened up with Wixwell's A3 and put it on Krisk, because Krisk is our mischief tank, right? But we did the A2 here, which still worked out perfectly fine, right? What we're trying to do is make sure that this head is always going after this. Every single head is going after him. Now, next up, Acelin, we used the A1, right? We don't use the A2. You can use the A3 to give Krisk an ally protection. But the thing that might happen for you is if and when Krisk gets 3%ed, this head is going to have a massive stupid shield with an ally protection and is going to take no damage whatsoever. But if you feel comfortable and you have enough protection sets and you put everybody in a protection set, you'd be okay. And then I would say go with this, right? So we went with this. We went with the A1, and it's perfectly fine. Now, here's the thing. This is the fast Emic. On the fast Emic on turn 2, he's got to go with the A3, right? So he goes with the A3. Now, the second Emic is going to go, and he needs to go with the A1 next, right? So we have to use 2 A1s on him. And from this point on, you're going to see it's actually full auto. This is where we go in and we use the A3 on Krisk. And that's it. We turn the full auto on. We walk away. We have fun. And we do what we do. Right? Now, let's go ahead. And I'm going to, you know, I did try to kind of min-max this. I didn't really need to. I wanted to make sure one thing is that both the Emics never got provoked, because once the Emics get provoked, you're going to see here Ironclad is going to basically get eaten, right? Once this goes down, we need that taunt loop to continue. So if you don't put him in a immortal or a immunity set, what you're going to want to do is make sure that they are higher in the priority, which basically means put them ahead of Acelin and Ironclad for the intercept buff. That way, that'll never happen. So the only thing you really have to worry about is getting 3%ed from Krisk. Now, going a little further down, you're going to see here, 13 minutes. Shields are building up. We're pretty were pretty good, right? At this point, I actually, on this run, I had Krisk Build in a curse set, which didn't really help, to be honest, right? Not for the overall damage. But going a little further out, and don't worry, guys, if you really want to watch the video, I'll put it fast forward at the end of the video and you guys can take a look. But 15 minutes and 160 turns, we're still doing good. We're not getting provoked. We're not getting anything. It's perfectly fine. All right, now we're about 16 minutes in. Same thing. Head of Wrath is, it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. If the Head of Mischief wasn't here, we'd be full auto. I would have no problems. This head is just difficult. And I did try a couple of times to just say, okay, well, what if I kill it like 5 minutes in, which I could, and then reset the shield? Wasn't really worth it because the one time I did do it, it respawned on Nightmare. So it was not fun. But here we're about to start preparing ourselves to get the big nuke in. 18 minutes. Go a little further up. Oh, I skipped it. I skipped it. All right, here we go. So we're getting ready here. Acelin's out. We got decreased defense on everything. We made sure no poison cloud is out, right? And Acelin's A2 comes in. Boom.
Oh, hell no!
2.3 billion damage on the Hydra heads. That basically gave us the the score you guys saw right here of 9.1 flash points. So all of this just is improved depending on how much time you want to put in and what you can do. So the other thing I want to make sure I touch up on is the order you put them in. So you want to make sure Wixwell is in the lead. Then you want to make sure that Krisk to get that decreased defense and the decreased attack. And then you really need the two Emics to be in the lead. If they're not, and you don't put them in an immortal set, you run the risk of getting provoked. And if you get provoked, your run is over. Ironclad gets swallowed, and it's over and done with. All right, guys, so you can see here, the final key I did, and I wish I had waited because I didn't see this guy over here who did his key for 38 billion on hard. If I had saw this, I probably would have waited, pushed out a little more. Could have got this up to at least a good 30 billion, I think, if I pushed a little harder. And again, this was only a 20-minute run, guys. It's insane, right? It's insane. Like, the amount of damage that was done. Look at the healing. The healing was 12 billion healing. Plarium, don't nerf this. Please, please don't nerf this. This is a hard comp to do. This is a legit hard comp to do. If you get 3%ed, which you will get 3%ed, the run is over. That's it. So it's a fun run to do, though. It's full auto. I like it. It's not a Trunda comp. It doesn't make me want to pull my hair out and have to sit behind my computer. Maybe that's why Plarium might nerf it, because they want us in the game doing as much as possible. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel. And again, big shout out to Bronco Raid for originally coming up with this idea. I just went a little further in depth to it because I could. I changed a lot of things. I think I probably spent like 50 million silver, so it was worth it. I know. I should have probably used the free gear scrolls or whatever, but it is what it is. Guys, if you got some time, make sure to join us on Sundays for the Knights of Teleria podcast, where you get some of your favorite Raid content creators. We talk about everything Raid Shadow Legends. We talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. There's definitely a lot of bad, definitely a lot of good. There's quite a bit of ugly too. But we don't want to foreshadow too much of the ugly or the bad, because Plarium has been doing a lot of good things lately. So we got to give him some credit. As always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other, and I'll catch you guys next time.